seem really excited about this, even more excited than usual about this. Well, today we are going to watch some TikTok videos of, they just send me the videos. So what's the theme of the videos this time around? And feminist is all I was told. One word, feminist. That's the theme. So that's what we're doing.
You know, I am fully dressed. Yeah. She just doesn't like my style. And I told her, my body offends you. That's what the issue is. And I'm allowed to exist and be hot. And I'm going to continue to do so. So I don't know why. I don't know what she expects you to do.
I can't read the caption on this thing. On the road, as always, I have this little tiny, about the size of a cell phone. She claims that her neighbor called the cops on her because she was wearing a dog collar and hardly any clothing. I don't know if it's, I don't have any context for this. Who cares? But she does declare that I have the right to exist and be hot. And, you know, that is also my personal motto. That is the banner that I personally march under as well. I have the right to exist and be hot.
Oh no, he's hot!
Good. I have no complaints there, you know, because I feel like I share that same human right.
The patriarchy thrives off of women hating themselves. I posted this video yesterday being sassy to a man who had insulted me, and in it I said that I was very hot, because I am.
Oh no!
And the men had a field day. Like, so many men commented on it and they were like, you're not that hot, or you were attractive until you said you were, until you opened your mouth. A bunch of them said I was just average. And that literally did not hurt my feelings at all, because I know what they're doing. Men like that want their attention and compliments to be your only source of self-worth, because that's the only way they'll ever have a shot with you. They insult you because that's the only way you'll ever notice them. And they'll tear you down because then they have a better shot of getting with you. If you're confident on your own, they're literally terrified of you because they have no power anymore and you don't need them. Don't fall for that trick. They know you're good looking. They just hate that you know it.
Okay, so there's a lot going on here. Really nothing at all going on at the same time. A lot going on, but also nothing. Nothing going on inside the head of this person who's talking, who, by the way, as she's putting on, as they always do in these TikTok videos, putting on makeup as she speaks, and she's becoming progressively uglier. It's like way too much makeup. It looks ridiculous. Kind of funny, because as the video went on and her talking about how hot she is, she just got uglier and uglier, both because she's caking on way too much makeup, and also because, as the men apparently pointed out to her, when you're talking about your looks and how great you look, it does make you, that kind of ego is really unattractive, in women especially. But there's also another point too. She's complaining that she pointed out that she's hot in her mind on social media, and then men showed up to tear her down. Well, to begin with, but she says she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't care what they think. What, really, you don't care what you think? You began by declaring on social media that you find yourself attractive, and now you're doing a follow-up video to again defend your theory that you are attractive. So you care very much. You don't do any of that. If you actually don't care what people think of you and what they think of how you look, then you don't do any of those things. So she cares deeply what people think.
Tell me I'm pretty!
But here's the thing. The moment you bring up your physical looks to somebody, then you have invited their feedback. And my final point also is she begins it by saying that the patriarchy, meaning men, thrive on making women hate themselves. No, that's much more what other women thrive on. Not all women, but there's a certain type of woman that thrives on making other women hate themselves.
So you agree? What? You think you're really pretty?
The worst thing you're going to get from a man is that we don't really care how you feel about yourself. That's the worst you'll get from a man. Now, if a man is very friendly and empathetic, then he might actively want you to feel good about yourself. But the worst you're going to get from us guys is that, like, we just don't care. You think we're sitting around, I want this woman to hate herself. I don't care how you feel about yourself. It makes no difference to me. You know, I want my kids to be prepared for the future and for them to have the skills and knowledge to seize the opportunities before them. Education is a key component of that preparation, which is why my family homeschools and why many other families are choosing to homeschool as well. If you're currently homeschooling or thinking about homeschooling your kids, I would encourage you to check out BJU Press. BJU Press is dedicated to providing families with the educational resources and tools that train students to analyze and think critically about real-world problems. But that's not all. Their textbooks and resources are rooted in a biblical foundation, bringing all subjects under the ultimate authority of God's Word. BJU Press not only provides a robust curriculum that is both biblical and academically sound, but also fosters a sense of community. BJU Press offers a complete line of K-12 textbooks and teacher support materials, many of which are available electronically. Visit homeschoolhelp.com/Walsh to learn how BJU Press can help you prepare your kids for a future full of possibilities. Homeschoolhelp.com/Walsh. That's homeschoolhelp.com/Walsh.
My video yesterday responding to this man about male privilege had some of y'all fired up, and so many women commented so many better examples than the ones that I even used originally, so it's time for a part 2. Did you know that women are 47% more likely to be seriously injured in a car accident because the crash test dummies used in safety testing are male crash...
Shut up. Okay, good. Yeah, whatever. Let's go to clip 13 instead.
Being a woman is hard. You have no boobs? You better grow some. You have boobs. Cover yourself up. You have no ass? Everyone will laugh at you. You have an ass? You better cover yourself up. You don't want to attract too much attention. You're short? You better wear high heels. You're tall? You cannot be taller than men. You're skinny? You better eat something. You're chubby? You better starve yourself. Otherwise, no one will find you pretty. Breaking news, you might as well do whatever you want because you'll be shamed anyway.
Oh, being a woman, so it's so hard. So it's so difficult. And all she does is list like insecurities that she has. That again, if there are people sitting around and like really harshly judging you based on your appearance, people who want to make you feel a certain way about your appearance, mostly it's going to be other women. Once again, it's a lesson for all the ladies out there. Like most men just don't care. If you're sitting around thinking, oh, those men, they hate me, they just don't care that much. They're not thinking about it. This is the reason why men, by the way, don't gossip, as much. I mean, it happens. Not like it never happens, but men do not engage in gossip nearly as much. It's not that we morally object to it. I mean, we do. Like we recognize that gossip is wrong, but that's not what actually first and foremost prevents us from gossiping. It's just that we don't really care what's happening in other people's lives. So if you came up to us and said, oh, I got some juicy news about so-and-so, okay. Can I tell you? Sure, go ahead. Oh, did you know that? Okay, whatever. It's like if it's like if I talk to a friend that I haven't seen in forever and then I talk to my wife afterwards and she'll ask me all these questions about his life. And then I'll say, well, I don't know any of that. I don't know if any of that's happening. Well, you didn't ask him? No, we didn't talk about any of that. We talked about football and politics. You haven't talked to him in 3 years? That's all you talked about? Yeah, that's all we talked about. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening in his life. I don't know anything else about him other than that. So that's how men operate. We just don't care. We don't care that much. We don't care what's going on with other people. And a lot of that too, by the way, is actually worse for men. She complains that, well, if you're a woman and you're too short, you have to wear high heels. Being a short woman is fine. Nobody cares. For men, it's not like some huge turnoff if a woman is below average on the height side of things. It doesn't matter. It's like we don't care. Being a short man, though, is like a real problem. That's something you actually have to overcome your whole life. But you know what? What it leads to? It's like being a woman is hard. Being a man is hard. Is it harder to be a woman or a man? It's just, you know what? It's difficult to be a person. It's difficult to exist in the world. And that's the case for everyone. And you deal with it and you move on and you stop whining. And that's it. That's all I can take. Talk to you tomorrow. Godspeed.